we took a trip to the Okavango Delta. This was our first opportunity to travel as a duo. Initially, I thought of calling this trip Renegades or Nomads, but the fact that trips give themselves names was undoubtedly proven when the only word I could think of for our rendezvous was wild. Starting out at Khama Rhino Sanctuary, getting our rust off and setting up camp for the first time, we discussed what the adventure holds, with little effort put in on our end to make any camping arrangements. Nomads, right? Kasane was second on the list, hopefully to get into Ihaha and thereafter inching closer to the Okavango Delta. The first night already eventful, as I heard something pillage in our dustbin, in the middle of the night. My office-conditioned body jumped out of the roof tent and picked up the bin. In my sleepy haze, the only thing I noticed was big spoor, and being out of practice and in the wild, my first instinct was leopard. 2 steps later, I'm back in the tent thinking the stalker laughed me off under the vehicle. The next morning, full of my horror stories, my brother burst out laughing, his night cam catching it all. With that out of the way, here's my amateur attempt at capturing our stories. Our second of the big 5 met us at a lookout point over an elephant-favorited watering hole close to the Zambezi River where we spent the night. The next morning, we set off into Chobe to see if we can find any accommodation. Not 20 minutes in, we saw our first lion. Luckily, Ihaha had an open stand. And, unknowingly, this was our tamest encounter. A quick, uneventful Chobe River safari had us tick off the 4th Big 5 animal. Our 4th morning in Botswana, and we came across the riverfront pride, my wife's first encounter of cubs. Her goal for this trip was realized early. They were not too bothered by us. This pride was mostly fixated on the herd of buffalo behind us. Knowing what I know now, we spent way too much time with this pride. It was great to see. However, we should enjoy Chobe's other offerings. Back at the camp, we came across a scene of a lapwing trying to scare away a brown snake eagle. The eagle got away, and so did we. We heard a rumor that there was a giraffe taken down by a pride of lion, and we investigated. This turned out to be true. With the sun setting and the park about to close, we decided to head back to camp. The highlight of my trip. We found this leopard with a brother and a mother having a baboon for dinner right outside of Ihaha's gates. A big day ahead. We had to go to Savuti today. I revisited the giraffe in hopes of finding wild dogs or hyena. We didn't, but we were just in time for breakfast. Heading back into Kasane, we hit some traffic. Saw another pride of lion, took some photos, and stopped for lunch. Monkeys, man. I had a knock on the car checked out, filled up, and then we started our journey south to Savuti. And we saw another lion. Another monkey on the roof. Strapped down the wood, and off we went. I really enjoyed this road. Tough and brutal in 43 degrees Celsius. Once we arrived at Savuti, the first thing we saw was a lion. We decided to take a quick shower and then head back to the lion. Stalking an impala here, and she just laid flat. I was unimpressed with the game rangers in the area. I understand the economy of it all, but their lack of respect for other drivers and the noise they made during this encounter made me very upset. The 19 rangers, cowering her and the impala, chased it away, and ultimately impacted the outcome of the scene. Unsuccessful, she headed back to a bush where she was hiding her hungry cubs. Golden hour just beginning to set in, and we saw another lion right around the corner. We were just not in time for this encounter. And seemingly, someone else was upset. The next morning, we decided to explore the western side of Savuti. And we found more lions. We also tried to chase down the wild ducks, but they were too fast for the camera, only snapping one photo. We then started making our way to Khwai. The marsh road was unapologetic, full of dust and very hot. However, at the end of it, we were rewarded with this. Khwai and the Maremi area has an abundance of wildlife and birds. Here are a few that we captured. After acquainting ourselves with the area, we headed back to camp and right across the river from where we were staying. Wat sien ons al, my skat? Wat sien ons? Kyk maar net vir 'n luiperd. our second leopard of the trip. On our eighth day, we did some more exploring, headed to the village, and got some more ice. We had some lunch in the bush, and later on, we saw crocodile just having a meal of their own. As the sun set on our eighth day, we decided to head back to camp while doing a game drive. Unbeknownst to us, something else was unfolding right on our doorstep. We spent some time with these two lions. Seemingly they were tired, just lazing around. We soon saw what exactly they were doing. And she loved it. In some fashion, this was a little concerning, as they were very close to our campsite.
Yes, the one was long. Oh, Opera.
Hoe ver is die liefst van ons af, Jaco? Every time they would do the deed, they moved a little closer. As the braai was going, we decided it would be the best to just keep an eye on them and ensure that they don't come too close. We finish up our night and we determine to just get to bed and let them be. I then called my brother over as I couldn't see them anymore, and they were closer than ever. You should never run. But if this thing charges you, what would you do? After an eventful evening, we decided to explore the not so predatory areas of the Khwai. But nonetheless, we came across another pride. We wanted to cross the river and explore the other side in hopes of finding the wild dogs that were rumored to be in the area. With our tails between our legs, not finding anything, we headed back through the river. Sometimes we do come across nature in its most brutal forms, a fact again proven on this trip. We saw an elephant with a trunk seemingly cut, maybe just disformed. We took the long way around back to camp and came across another lion pride. Following morning, we were determined to find the hyena that scavenged our campgrounds. And we did. After a close encounter and the day heating up, we decided it's best to head back to camp, take a shower, and spend the heat of the day in the air-conditioned car. Right outside of the Mohoto campsites was the scene. A lioness trying to pull her carcass into the bush. It was 49. We decided to go to the edge of the Chobe park, where Khwai and Chobe meets, just to be greeted by another pride of lions. The sun set on another beautiful day in Khwai. We knew that tomorrow holds a long day. We didn't expect to wake up to this. This sickly elephant stumbling into our campgrounds, following us around while we were packing up. Coming so close that I could not enter the vehicle from the driver's side door. The plan was to get back to the hyenas, where a scene unfolded. Seemingly they were trying to take down a zebra. Unfortunately, this didn't happen. A long day ahead, heading to Mound, filling up, and then Third Breach. And another line. The sandy roads at Third Bridge was challenging. Luckily, we made it out in one piece. We paid our dues and set up camp. Hyenas were bothering us the whole night. Maybe just too tame for my liking at Third Bridge. The next day, we decided to go to Xakanaxa via a game viewing drive.
Good morning.
Over the bridge, turning the corner, and you guessed it, another lion. We set up camp and had lunch in our Xakanaxa campgrounds for some visitors to arrive. After driving the whole day, we decided to let someone else take the wheel, going on a boat cruise through the Delta, really hoping we could see the Pals fishing owl, but that unfortunately didn't happen. Nevertheless, we didn't know what we were in for that night. These lions had a big territorial fight right in our campsite. The three females running back, followed by the male. The first male you saw was the rival. They kept us up all night. The next morning, we found them. They had just taken down a buffalo, three females, a male, 12 cubs. After a close call with this elephant, we decided to make our way to the other side of the Xakanaxa. Our final sighting. We spent the whole day with this leopard, surrounded by 14 game ranger vehicles. This leopard was definitely on the hunt. About 3 hours of this. And ultimately, they gave up. An eventful trip and more coming soon. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe so I can do this for a living.